and jammed it. But we sorted that and it got ready. It's 9:30 in the morning. Martin's cut himself shaving really badly. We're walking past Westminster and it's actually quite quiet. And maybe they don't start at 10. Just going to go and do something for Sky News about the Brexit stuff yesterday. Martin's trying to get the makeup girls to fix his face where he cut himself shaving. I've got mine done. Not shiny.
That money is helping to fund the National Health Service and the improvements that we need in mental health support and the mental health hubs that will be placed in every community. There are particularly high levels of mental ill health in rural communities. And I think those that say they don't want to raise the revenue to fund for these benefits need to tell us which of these benefits they would cut as a result of changing it.
I think farmers around the country will hear your words and will be shouting at television screens saying, we already pay our taxes. Sarah, do you have anything?
Well, look, I'm staggered by what you've just said there because the mental health strain is unbearable, and I've heard farmers telling me this weekend about family members planning things they shouldn't be doing to get away from this. So I am really upset to hear you say it like that because you're saying this money is going to help mental health. Please consider doing this postponement, which will secure much better mental health services across the mental health for our farmers. I'm staggered.
Cherry picker. It was an interesting meeting, wasn't it?
Yeah, very interesting. How to sit quietly behind Steve Reed without getting very cross.
So, ITV, EFRA committee, lads have done some videos today. Here it is. Right, so we're draining today. We're on stop because the shear bolt that holds this. Yeah, there's meant to be a shear bolt in there that holds that up and pushes this box down. It snapped. We seem to be snapping a lot of them today, but I think it's because the ground's so bloody dry. Instead of like gliding past on the surface here, it's catching. And it's like pulling it back and snapping it. So, well, that's what I think at least is happening, and that's why we're snapping so many of them. But, so you can't touch wood here. Knock on wood, hopefully. We've not snapped any PTO shear bolts, which is ideal. And because it's a new drainer, we've been able to go at a fair pace because our previous drainer, the previous Shelton, these teeth here are getting quite worn, so it was mauling more than it was cutting, if you will. So this is like a hot knife through butter. So you see we have the laser set up there. Hopefully the battery on the laser doesn't run out before he gets back with the shear bolt, Andrew. Otherwise we'll be a bit knackered. We'll have to reset the laser, which is it's not the end of the world. It's less than ideal. So yeah, there's a massive hollow there, and when I drilled it this spring it was full of water, so we're draining it to this pond here, pond, and then we've got that, there's another big pool, well, previous pool of water that's dried out subsequently now, so we're going to drain that back here. But if we walk over here, we can see here how low that is, so that's really low. And there's a bit of a hump here, so chances are we're going to have to start off at nearly full depth to grade up, and we'll be quite shallow here. So, but we've had some assistance today. We've had Tony, who was previously here doing I can't remember the name of it. That pull through drainer that we had on that, where we chained 2 7-8s together to pull it in. Gave him a ring today to give us a helping hand on how to get our grading right. So we're going for a 0.3 grade. So there should be, hopefully, if we've done our maths right, from the pond to there should be 180 mil of rise. 180 mil of rise, and that would mean there's enough. And apparently 180 mil, according to Tony, is enough to keep it clean as well. It's it's quite a grade apparently. I don't really know, but it's working anyway. Right, the draining shenanigans continue. So here somewhere, these little bits here are the remnants of that slip clutch that's in there, and yeah, so we've just there's an even bigger bit there. So yeah, so we need to get some new friction discs for this. Basically there's a shear bolt in there that should be going, for some reason it's not. So what I think we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the shear bolt out and make sure that there's 2 discs that mesh against each other, and there's a shear bolt pinning them, dogging them together. And instead of snapping that shear bolt, I reckon they're like seized together, so it's providing too much friction to snap that shear bolt. Instead, it's wallowing out that friction clutch. And we had that issue earlier today. So we tighten those bolts a little bit, only a little bit, and it's still not snapping that. So it should be snapping that shear bolt, but it's not. But what happened previously is to warrant that slip clutch going initially was a duck stone. Can't remember. I think we threw it over there. One of these stones here got jammed right in there. In a lottery-winning turn of events, and jammed it. But we sorted that, and it got rectified, and we did the rest of that trench. Pretty much happened quite early on over there, but yeah. So that has put a halt to the draining. Andrew's over there, just getting the trailer on. We're going to move the digger. I'm going to go over there and try and find a burst water pipe, hopefully. Happy birthday Malcolm Douglas and Kieran Bonnick. Only 2 today. That's all today. Gonna jump on this train, get home. Thanks for watching.
Hope you enjoyed the lads' footage as well.